In the second, Peyton Blair, assisted by Nate Deladonna and Richard Barron. And then in the third period, Colin Frank for the Fighting Saints, assisted by Josh Niedermeyer and Gavin Cornforth, cut the deficit to 1. But then with just under 2 to play, Blake Zielinski, first USHL goal, insurance goal for the Bucks, 3-1 lead, and then Nate Deladonna, empty net goal, sealed the deal. Brent Harper with the lone assist on that one, just about 20 seconds later, and that gave the Bucks a 4-1 win. Goaltending spectacular on both sides last night. Jan Spunar for the Fighting Saints. He did allow 3 goals, but he was fantastic, stopping 30 of 33 shots that came his way. Then Max Weiland stopping 18 of 19. And that was your game from last night. A good game. Rematch tonight. The Fighting Saints looking to hopefully get a win this weekend here in West Des Moines, but the Bucks looking to hopefully extend their win streak, their home win streak. If they win tonight, they'll have a season-high 3-game home win streak, which they are looking to do, and they're also looking to go 500 for the first time since September 20th, where they were 1-1. So if the Bucks get a win tonight, they'll be 500 again, 12-12. They've been hot as of recent. They are 6-2 in their last 8 games played, and with their win last night, they are 2-1 versus the Fighting Saints this season, looking to win the season series against the Fighting Saints. Of course, they are in Game 6 of 7 against the Saints, and then final time they play each other will be in February on the road in Dubuque. So the Buccaneers, like I said, they're looking to be 500 for the second time this season, first time since September, and they had a very, very rough start. Tony and I talked about it. Started 1-7, 0-7 here at home. A rough start, and you just have a lot of questions when it comes to what's going to happen this season. But since then, the Bucks are 10-5-1. Very, very solid over the last month and a half or so. They have really kicked on the gears, have looked very, very good. And I know Tony and I also talked about on the broadcast yesterday. Start thinking about the playoffs at this time of the year. You're about to go on your holiday break. You're getting to that halfway mark in the season. The Bucks are 5 points out of a playoff spot. They have 3 games in hand to Sioux City, who currently has the final playoff spot in the West. And the Buccaneers schedule, you can take a look at it on the Bucks website, the USHL as well. But when you look through the first 25 games of the season, including tonight, the Bucks have played an Eastern Conference team 18 of those 25 times. So that's a lot of games that they still have to play within their conference, and every game matters, of course, but when you're playing those inter-conference rivals and teams, those wins mean more as you get points and they don't, and you start moving up the standings, and that's what the Bucks are going to be looking to do. They have only played within their conference 7 times this season and haven't played an inter-conference game since November 2nd. It has been a long time since they've seen any Western Conference team, and that streak will end the next time the Bucks play, as after the holiday break, they certainly do play quite a bit of Western Conference teams. They start off against Omaha, the Lancers, on the 28th, and they play the Lancers 4 times from now until the end of the season. And I actually have all the Western Conference teams, how many times they play them until the end of the season. They play Omaha 4 times. Same with Tri-City, Sioux City, and Waterloo. And then they play Lincoln, Fargo, and Sioux Falls 3 times. So a lot of Western Conference matchups. That is 25 interconference games the Bucks have to play in comparison to 12 more Eastern Conference games. So they end up playing more Western Conference games in the back half of the season than they will Eastern Conference games. And the Buccaneers, of course, part of that Dubuque Cowboy Cup, where they play the Blackhawks, where they play the Saints, and the Rough Riders 7 times. They still have 6 games against the Rough Riders, and they play the Lancers 4 times, and Team USA once. And the Bucks, that's 11 games against those teams, and all those teams, they had plenty of time where they could kick the gears on, but they are currently beneath the Bucks in the standings. They're sitting at the bottom few spots there, in the Bucks. That's 11 games to win, and that's 22 points on the line. So the Bucks, on those games, really look to hopefully kick kick it up a little bit. And when you think about that, the Bucks, they have played a lot of top teams in the USHL so far this season. Like, if you look at the standings, the Lumberjacks, top team in the league, they played them twice. They're done playing them. Madison right behind them. They played them once. They still have to play up in Madison against them one more time this season. Of course, Dubuque, one of the top teams in the league, 34 points for them. This is their 6th time they're playing them. You play
already before Christmas.
I know, and you play them a lot, and Dubuque's a good team. 17 wins. That's the most in the USHL for the Fighting Saints. Even Youngstown, you were there one time. Very solid team, 15-10. In your own conference, you've played the Stampede only once. You played the Fargo Force only once. Same with the Stars. The top 3 teams in your conference, you've only played once. But in the East, you've played a lot, and Dubuque does help that. But you've played a lot of the top teams is what I'm getting at. And the Buccaneers have a couple months where they're going to be playing on some of the teams fighting for a playoff spot or in the race for the playoffs. So the Bucks really look to hopefully take advantage of those games, as they have already really played most of their games against top teams in the USHL, like the top 3 teams. So the Bucks looking to hopefully pick up some wins. Let's take a quick look at the road ahead. Like I said, it's nice the last Bucks game before the USHL holiday break. And the next time the Bucks play is in Omaha, the 28th of December. Next time the Bucks are at home, like I said, 3-game homestand. On the 3rd, they will be playing the Rough Riders. The 4th, the Lincoln Stars. And on the 5th, the Fargo Force. So great games for that weekend. There would be some good competition in there with Fargo, one of the top teams in the USHL, last year's Clark Cup winners against the Dubuque Fighting Saints. And they are still having it in full gear this season. Fargo, very good team. After that, the Bucks, we will go on a 2-week trip for a pair of doubleheaders, one against Fargo, and then the week after that, a doubleheader against Tri-City. And then we will see them again in a little bit after that. So that's what the road looks like ahead. And let's look at our goalie matchup for tonight. In net for the Fighting Saints, Jan Spunar, his 2nd straight start here this weekend against the Bucks. He started last night. He was fantastic. He really did keep his team in the game Tony and I were talking about. He did fantastic. Stopped countless good shots, stopped a breakaway chance. He was fantastic, and he gets the start tonight. Tony was really hoping for
Beer Man
in net. But we got Spunar, both goaltenders fantastic for the Saints. For the Bucks, ESL, Elliot Sequin-Lascarbo in net. Weiland got the start last night. Sequin-Lascarbo is in net for the Bucks, and he won goaltender of the week if you did not see that. So hats off to him this last weekend. Won the USHL goalie of the week. There's some great numbers out on that road trip for the Bucks, and he got the honor of being the goalie of the week. So hats off to Elliot Sequin-Lascarbo. All right, now let's take a look at these teams' records real quick, see how they match up for tonight's game. The Dubuque Fighting Saints, like I said, one of the top teams in the USHL. They are 17-8. 17 wins, most wins in the USHL. That puts them at 3rd in the East, 34 points, tied in that 2-3 spot with Madison, same amount of points. Currently, their special teams on the power play, they are sitting at a 21%. On the PK, they're sitting at a 73%. That's something we talked about yesterday, Tony and I. Their away PK is at 80% compared to their home PK at 67. So they're really looking to hopefully keep up that good PK you see on the road for the Fighting Saints over that 80% line. The Buccaneers currently are sitting at 11-12-1. If they get a win today, they go up to 500 for the 2nd time this season. So the Buccaneers looking to hopefully enter that break with a winning streak on their hands. The Buccaneers, like I said, 11-12-1. That puts them at 7th in the West. Good for 23 points, 5 points out of a playoff spot. The Buccaneers, their power play percent is sitting at the 21% mark. So the Bucks have a nice solid power play. Of course, they scored on that last night. 19% at home on the power play. So the Buccaneers, compared to the road power play percentage, 19 at home, 25 on the road. looking to hopefully bump that number up. And on the PK, their home PK really has been a struggle all season long. They allowed a power play goal last night, 67% on the PK at home. Bucks look to hopefully win that special teams matchup for tonight. Each team's top few players. Let's look at Dubuque first. Michael Barron, 20 points on the season, 11 goals, 9 assists. Colin Frank, 6 goals, 13 assists, 19 points. Matthew Desiderio, the defenseman, 7 goals, 11 assists, 18 points. Gavin Cornforth, 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points. And Lucas Van Vliet, who is out of the lineup at the World Juniors A Challenge. He has 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 points. And then lastly, for the Buccaneers, Jack Kernan leads scoring, 21 points, 10 goals, 11 assists. Ben Keevan, who is out of the lineup tonight for the World Junior A Challenge, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. Andrew Clark, 9 goals, 6 assists, 15 points. Richard Barron, the defenseman, 2 goals, 13 assists, 15 points. And Ryan Seelinger, 8 goals, 7 assists for 15 points. It's a couple minutes before.
Yeah, nice job. You got it done. Nice job.
Get through everything.
We're welcome to everybody that made it here tonight. Our weather here in Des Moines did not improve that much. It was supposed to get up to 38 degrees. My road in front of my house is 100. We could have went there and played a game of hockey on the road. That's how bad it is out there. But luckily, the road crews here on the main roads have done a great job, able to get here. But boy, we're sitting there at 32 degrees. If it drops any at all tonight, it's going to be maybe a challenge getting back home as it's misting outside and freezing rain a little bit. So. But glad everybody that made it out. Glad our off-ice officials and all the players, our staff here made it out too. So.
And luckily, these teams didn't have to travel. They were here yesterday.
Yep.
They're here again tonight. So not far travel. I know the Fighting Saints broadcaster was telling us they're staying at one of the Marriott hotels.
Oh, again tonight?
And last night they did.
Last night,
so they were in town. Didn't go back to Dubuque and come back down today. So. Good travels for them. They didn't have to go very far.
Not like that Madison Capital team that came here to play us, drove from here back to Madison, and then played the next night in Cedar Rapids. Why they didn't just stay in Cedar Rapids, I don't know. But, yeah, that's a long bus trip for them guys.
Well, there are a couple games that are underway. They started at that 6:05 p.m. start. All the games tonight are rematches of yesterday, which I thought is a little cool.
That is cool.
So out in Green Bay, the Gamblers are down 1-0, about halfway through the first period to the Phantoms. Musketeers at home against the Lancers, down 1-0. So Lancers on top on that one. Stampede in Fargo, winning 2-1. And then the Tri-City Storm beating the Stars at home 1-0. First, this game about to get underway. And we have 2 games starting at 7:05. The Steel are in Cedar Rapids, and the Lumberjacks are in Madison. Those will be all the games for tonight. Officials for tonight, a little odd. 1 referee, 2 linesmen. Our referee for tonight, Daniel Fagan, and our linesman, Takaji St. Pierre and TJ Lyle.
Yep.
You get the starting lineup for tonight for the Bucks. Of course, Elliot Sequin Lascarbo in net. Last week's goalie of the week, Richard Barron and Brant Harper on D. And then up front, Britton Alstead, Reese Shaw, and Jacob Yastrzewski. And for the Fighting Saints, Cooper Dennis back in the lineup. Not here yesterday. And he is their top left winger on their lineup chart. He gets the start tonight with Cornforth and Barron. And Cornforth was flying last night on the ice, so having Cooper Dennis back in the lineup, surely he's going to help him out too. On the back end, Matthew Desiderio and Josh Niedermeyer. Then in net, of course, Ian Spunar.
Well, it's nice to see number 51, Alstead, up there on the starting lineup. I praise that kid. Probably one of my favorite kids to watch out there on the ice. And he's been bouncing around in the lineup and back up there on the top spot tonight. So.
But and then as well, you have, of course, when you have Ben Keevan out of the lineup and Theo Kiss and Edison Engel, the lineup changes around a ton. So Matt Curley, the head coach of the Bucks, surely changing the lineup around a little bit, see who fits well together with these players out of the lineup. Of course, some newer additions as Surlis, Lynch, and Zielinski are in the lineup, but they've done a fantastic job. And play the national anthem real quick. course, like I was saying real quick there, of course, with all these players out of the lineup for both teams, you got a lot of new players in the lineup, a lot of new opportunities for them. And for the Fighting Saints, a handful of call-ups for them. They played yesterday. We have Nick Desiderio, Kane Johnson, 2 left wingers for them. Center Xavier Lieb, and on the right wing, Beck Sultan Makish from Astana, Kazakhstan.
All right, just seconds away from dropping the puck. Tony Scott here getting ready to bring you the play-by-play. 20 minutes up on the clock. Buccaneers wearing their same jerseys last night.
I don't think they're very ugly. They're called
They're
the
not ugly.
They're called like the ugly sweaters for the holiday season, and they look nice.
Fantastic. I did see somebody talking about that online. They said definitely not an ugly jersey. Good-looking Santa Claus jersey. Buccaneers going to the left on the screen. The Fighting Saints wearing their white jerseys going to your right on the screen. And we are underway as the Buccaneers win the face-off across the blue line. Alstead with it on the far side. Dumps it down into the Saints into the ring. Saints pick it up on the near side. Barron has it for the Fighting Saints. Down below the goal line. Sent over to the far side. Intended for Cornforth. Over to Dennis. And here comes the Saints up out of the zone on the near side to Barron. Barron throws it down in the Buccaneers into the rink. Tripped up, and nope, Fagan's going to let him go. That's something about Fagan. Fagan will let them play and play and play until it kind of gets chippy, and then he calms it down a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. Intended for Shaw up out of the zone, played on the far side. I got something going on with my cords. Yeah, there's something. There we go. That's better. A lot better. Buccaneers with it now up through center ice. Across the center ice line. Down into the Saints into the rinks. Then across the near side. Buccaneers picking it up in the corner down below the goal line. Saints come up with it. In behind their own cage. Then on the near side. Ori kept it in for the Buccaneers. Nope, delayed offsides here for the Buccaneers. Ori tried to keep it in at the blue line. Couldn't do it. Saints play it on the far side, up through center ice, down into the Buccaneers' defensive side of the ice. Going to go in behind Nicholas Scarborough. Players call him Jesus with his long hair. I was informed that tonight. Bucks pick it on the far side. And that's going to be icing on the Buccaneers. 18:27 left in the first period. Knotted up at 0 and 0 on shots. Well, Liza, kind of like last night, kind of starting out a little bit slow here and kind of getting their legs in underneath them. We'll see what happens here. And
we know early last night, the Fighting Saints, a lot of opportunities that missed the net, and that kind of came back to bite them. So we'll see if they need some shots on net early tonight.
Yeah, the Buccaneers outshot them big time last night. Face off. What the heck did they do?
Well, last night.
What was that? They dropped
face-offs. Last night we had the face-off violation get called on the Fighting Saints, and I mean a face-off that I don't know what happened, but the Bucks get a change out of it.
Wow, I don't know what happened there. They dropped the puck and they actually played it a little bit, and then he blew it dead. So nice job, Jeff Hammer over there. He did not even attempt to start the clock. And Jeff felt bad last night as he said he did not hear the whistle on one of those penalties or power plays the Buccaneers had, and the time expired. He had to mess with the clock. He said, I honestly did not hear the whistle. So played on the near side. Blair has it, tipped up out of the zone all the way down to the Saints into the ring. Barnhill with it for the Saints. Thorpe loses the edge, gets right back up, and the Bucks Saints come in offsides.
A little bit of sloppy play to start off.
Yep.
We had Thorpe just losing edge, and then it could have been a 2-on-1, maybe even a partial 3-on-1 for the Fighting Saints, but it came in offside, and they had plenty of time to take the puck over the line.
Leap with the face-off for the Saints. Clark with the face-off for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers win the face-off. Back to Barron, sent over to the far side. Deladonna with it, sends it down into the Saints' defensive side of the ice. Saints come up with it in behind their own goaltender, played on the near side. Buccaneers are not able to keep it in. Same spot as last time, just trickles free. Up out of the zone, and that's going to be icing on the Fighting Saints. 17:46 left.
Hey, how many stoppages have we had already?
I just thought of that. I looked up the clock. We're not even 3 minutes into it, just barely 3 minutes into it, or 2 minutes into it, and we've had quite a few stoppage.
A couple icings, a couple offsides.
A couple false face-offs for some reason. Harper Searles with the face-off for the Buccaneers to the stick side. Spooner. Here comes the Saints up out of the zone. Frank with it across the blue line down into the Buccaneer end of the rink. Down below the goal line, sent over to the far side to Buick. Back out to the Dashers on the near side. Or he has it for the Bucks across the blue line. Brings it all the way in. Tries to split the D. Couldn't hang on to the puck. Played on the near boards. Here comes the Saints. 3-on-2 coming back the other way. Across the blue line down on the Buccaneers defensive side of the ice. Shot never made it to the net. Still waiting on our first shot on net from either team. And that one got blocked. Sent over to the far side. Missed pass there for the Buccaneers. Comes the Bucks. Alstead with the fair. Alstead gets the first shot on net. And Spooner makes the save. Here comes the Saints up out of the zone, all the way down into the Buccaneers in the rink, played on the far side. And we're going to get the first penalty of the game, too, a high stick. And we'll see if this is going to be a 2, a 4, or a 5.
That's Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer with it. And they always look for the blood.
That's the only time you want to bleed.
Yes. Yeah.
You get to an extra 2. We'll see.
And Fagan hasn't made it over their call. Yep. 4 minutes. So the Buccaneers are going to be on the Des Moines printing penalty kill. 16:49 left in the first period, and the Buccaneers are going to have to kill off a 4-minute.
Yeah, Niedermeyer cut on the bench.
Double minor for high sticking. Eliza, I didn't see who went in the penalty box over there for us. Oh, right there. I think it's Connor Buick in the box. Buccaneers win the faceoff, send it over to Dyer. Oh, number 9.
Piepenberg in the box.
Number 9, okay. Saints with it, down on the far side, playing it off the half boards. Dennis has it for the Saints, sends it down in deep, in behind, I think it was Scarborough. Spins around, Thorpe puts the pressure on him. And the Buccaneers are going to get a piece of it. And up into the crowd, and we get a stoppage in play. 16:24 of the first, 3:35 left on the double minor for high sticking Peppenberg.
And the Fighting Saints got a power play goal last night in the third period and came off a Niedermeyer shot from the point that was tipped in front. And Niedermeyer on the bench right now, holding a little towel to his face. He obviously was cut there from that high stick from Piepenberg. Sitting down to get some attention to him.
Looks like me before the game last night with a bloody nose. Sitting up here and my nose just started bleeding out of nowhere last night. Saints win the faceoff, played on the near side. Cornforth with it. Sent over to the far side. Here comes the Saints. Barron with it, plays it on the far side. Spins, gets it back off the half boards. The Buccaneers able to pick it off. Short-handed try coming back the other way. 2-on-1. Sent over to the far side. Shot. Goal! Short-handed goal for the Buccaneers. 16:07 left in the first period. It's 1-0 hockey game.
That was pretty. Reese Shaw threw the legs of the defenseman and got it to Della Donna, who scores in his second straight game. He got the empty net insurance goal last night. Kicks off scoring short-handed tonight. Good job, Nate Della Donna, of course, coming off of that off-season wrist surgery. He was on the IR for some time. He has come back. He had a 3-point game against Green Bay on that road trip, and he scored 2 points last night, a point tonight. Great job by Della Donna, really stepping up, coming back in the lineup.
Buccaneers win the faceoff. They draw it back down in the Saints into the ring. Spooner leaves it there. Here comes the Saints on the near side. Cornforth with it, sends it back to the blue line, putting the pressure on him. It's Kernan. Barron has it now for the Saints, down on the Buccaneers defensive side of the ice, sent over to the far side. Kernan chasing after it, trying to get a hold of it. And here comes the Bucks back the other way. Short-handed try again. Dyer with it, just not enough speed. Couldn't get a break away from there. Reese Shaw with the assist on the goal. And the Buccaneers back down to their defensive side of the ice. 2:33 left on the penalty kill. Cornforth with it for the Saints. Back out to the top side, top of the circle, right-hand side. Fires a shot, just goes wide. For the Buccaneer goalie, Scarborough. Saints pick it up. Back to Cornforth. Down in deep at the hash marks. on the near side. Walking the zone. Shot saved by Cinco Scarborough from the high slot. A little wrist shot. Cinco Scarborough had it all the way. And the Saints come up with it. Played on the near side. Allen has it for the Saints. Buccaneers able to change up a couple of players there. Buick and Harper comes out for the Buccaneers. Searles out there too. And Shaw. Saints with it now at the blue line. Played on the near side. Fires a shot. Toe save by Cinco Scarborough. Back on the near side. Saints with it. Fires a shot right out front. Cinco Scarborough with the save. And did not give much of a rebound. Shot again went over the head of Cinco Scarborough. Puck comes all the way back out. Allen has to play it for the Saints. Back in the neutral zone. Played on the near side now. And the Buccaneers able to clear it to the length of the ice. And man, that must have got tipped. That went up into protective netting from one blue line clear down to the other side. 14:08 left in the first period. 1:18 left on the double minor to Peppenburden.
And now, unfortunately, the faceoff's in the Bucs zone because that was shot from their own zone, across the ice, out of play. That's a defensive faceoff for the Bucs. And with 1:18 left on the PK, Buccaneers hope to clear it down and kill some more time.
Saints face off to the left side. I think it was Scarborough. Deladonna with the face-off. Loses the face-off. Played on the near side. Cornforth with it. Sent over to the far side. Saints walk it in down below the goal line on the left-hand side. Looking for Frank out front. And everybody's down in deep. Shot on net. Save by Cinco Scarborough. Big save there. I hesitated because I thought it was going in.
Yeah, he was laying down right in the middle of his crease. I think he got his arm out to stop that one.
Yeah, I thought that was in for sure. 1:01 left on the double minor penalty for the Buccaneers. 13:50 left in the first period. Bucks 1-0 on a shorthanded goal by Nate Deladonna. Face off to the stick side. Cinco Scarborough. Kernan with the face-off for the Buccaneers. Wins the face-off, draws it back to Clark. Clark's able to clear it out all the way down. Just under a minute remaining on the penalty kill here for the Buccaneers. Saints pick it up in behind their own goaltender. Played on the near side. Saints off the far side, works it all the way down up through the neutral zone. Buccaneers, great penalty kill so far for the Buccaneers. Cleared it back out. Niedermeyer with it for the Saints. Sent over to the far side, back to the near side to Frank. Frank brings it in for the Saints, plays it on the right-hand side. Back to Cornforth, sent over to the far side to Niedermeyer. Working it down low. Down below the goal line. Centering pass right out front. Shots! Score for the Saints. Top shelf there where Grandma has a good old scotch. And just gets one power play goal here on Cinco Scarborough. That was a nice shot. Tough for the goaltender to stop that one. He put it there where there's just a little bit of light.
And that was
left-hand shoulder.
Cornforth with the goal. He was flying last night. He gets himself on the board with the goal here. Power play goal. There was only 19 seconds left. Bucks so close to killing off the full thing. They killed off one part of the 2-minute or 4-minute goal there.
Saints tie it up. That was a pretty goal. Saints win the face-off. Back to Niedermeyer. Then over to the far side. Now up on the right-hand side. Buccaneers just need a shot on net. Cinco Scarborough with it. With the save. Face off to the left side, Cinco Scarborough. He's sitting there talking to the referee Fagan for quite some time.
Aaron and Barron with the assists on the power play goal that Cornforth got.
Morello with the face-off for the Saints. Buccaneers win the face-off. Back out to center ice. Yodreski took the face-off there for the Buccaneers. Ori has it for the Bucks. Centering pass on the far side. Right up through center ice, down into the Saints into the rink. Played by Blair on the near side. Sent over to the far side now. Saints with it down in behind their own goaltender. Played on the near side by Barron. to the far side. Harper has it for the Buccaneers off the half board. Shot on net. I think that got blocked in front, steered it the opposite direction from the goalie movement. Buccaneers just about got one in there. Here comes the Bucks up through center ice. Fires a shot and goes all the way up into the protective netting. And we get a whistle. 12:08 left in the first period.
A couple of big defensemen for the Fighting Saints. You have Desiderio, 6'3", Barnhill, 6'5", Kostadinsky, 6'5". Some big guys on the back end there for the Fighting Saints. They like getting in the way and blocking the shots.
Cyril's with the face-off for the Bucks. Wins the face-off, backhanded shot, just went wide of Spooner, sent over to the far side. Cyril's with it, trying to catch up to it off the half boards. Bebenberg fighting for it. Sent over to the near side. Saints come up with it. Saints out shooting the Buccaneers 6-4. They're 1-1 on the scoreboard. Backhanded shot, Spooner with the save. Shot save again. And a couple of big shots there for the Buccaneers. A couple of great saves. Sent over to the far side by Allen. And the Saints able to clear it out of the zone. Buccaneers Dyer trying to dive in there to get the puck. Oh no, shot on net, save, Cinco Lascarbo. As that was a 2-on-1 coming back the other way, and Cinco Lascarbo comes up big on the one-timer.
Yeah, Dyer pinched up the boards and wasn't able to get in the way of the puck. And 2-on-1 for the Fighting Saints, and ESL comes up big.
Media timeout here. 11:26 of the first period. 7 shots on net for Dubuque, 5 for the Buccaneers. 1-1 hockey game. A shorthanded goal for the Bucks and a power play goal for the Saints.
You know, as we talk right now, Ben Keevan and Edison Engel are playing their semifinal game at the World Junior A Challenge. USA up on Canada East 2-1 right now. Looks like in the first period. The forward for the Fighting Saints, Van Vliet, assist on the second goal. He has a point this game, and I know we were talking about yesterday, Keevan 5 goals and an assist so far in the tournament. Fantastic job by him, one of the leaders in goals. And Sweden won their matchup earlier against Canada West, and they're waiting for the winner of the USA Canada East game to play in the championship. Torkel Jenner show the forward for the Fighting Saints, part of the Team Sweden there in Sweden. Only team to beat the U.S. so far. So the U.S. can get there. They'll have to go against a team that's beat them once.
Did we ever figure out if that's being streamed anywhere?
I think it's on the website. You look it up on USA Hockey.
Saints with it now, back in their defensive side of the ice. Dennis has it for the Saints, sent over to the far side. Barron has it for the Saints. Somebody's out there screaming into their TV or their computer telling us where it's at, where we can find it. We'll find it if it's out there. Saints with it all the way up through center ice, brings it down into the Buccaneer, and rank Barron for the Buccaneers. Richard Barron with it, down off the inboards, played by Harper. Harper's able to clear it on the near side to Alstead. Couldn't get it out, but Saints keep it in. Top of the circle, sent over to the far side, down on the Buccaneers' defensive side of the ice. Down below the goal line, sent over to the far side, now redirected to the near side. Alstead has it on the near side off the half boards. Cornforth with it with the goal for the Saints, down and deep, trying to wrap it around, shot up over the head of Cinco Lascarbo, played on the near side. Barron with it for the Buccaneers, Richard Barron. Still working it down and deep. Saints with it, fires it. Cornforth with it, fires it wide. Top of the circle, sent on the near side. To the far side. Boy, the Saints have been down in the zone for probably 2 minutes now. Buccaneers just not able to get it out. Back on the top side. Barron with it for the Saints. Played on the near side now. Down and below the goal line. Sent over to the far side. Buccaneers still not able to get a piece of it now. Alstead with it, and he's going to clear it the length of the ice. That's going to be icing on the Bucks, and that's not going to help them up much because they're going to keep them guys on the ice, and they are tired. You can see they are very, very tired, and they're going to send the players back out. Harper comes back out on the ice.
And try to sneak off.
They always try to sneak off.
Even with only one referee tonight, they'll catch that.
Face off to the stick side, Cinco Lascarbo. Shaw with the face-off for the Buccaneers. Saints win the face-off, top of the circle on the far side, walking it down below the goal line. Centering pass out front, broken up by Shaw. And the Bucs able to clear it out all the way back into the Saints in the rink. Saints turn and burn and come back the other way. Centering pass broken up by Dubuque. Back on the far side, fires a shot, just went wide to Cinco Escarbo. Played on the near side. And here comes the Buccaneers up out of the zone. Centering pass right out in front, and Saints interrupted that right through the paint, sent it off to the near side. And we're going to get a whistle. I think that came up into the Dubuque Fighting Saints bench. Face off right in front of the Saints, almost on top of the Pepsi logo.
Good chance there for the Fighting Saints as, the Bucs got it down. All of their players went to do a line change, and Saints quick up back the other way, and the defense in ESL to come up big.
Played on the near side. Buccaneers played in the corner. Signature couldn't get a piece of it. Now the Saints come up out of the zone, all the way up through the neutral zone, down into the Buccaneer end of the rink. 8:49 remaining in the first period. Bucks play it on the near corner. Signature in there trying to clear it out. Gets it up to the point. Not out, though. Saints keep it in. Fires a shot. Never made it to the net. Back on the near side. Shot again. Cinco Escarbo with a save. Nice juicy rebound there, but the Saints couldn't come up with it. Got tied up. And the Buccaneers able to clear it out all the way to length of the ice, and the Bucks are making a line change. Blair and Dyer comes out. Thorpe comes out. Lynch comes out for the Buccaneers. Played on the far side. Blair gets a piece of it with Dyer. Over on the far side, Blair has it, brings it down into the Dubuque Fighting Saints defensive side of the ice. Played on the near side by Frank, and Frank's able to clear it out for the Saints. That's going to be icing on the Fighting Saints 8-minute mark of the first period. Saints out shooting the Bucks 9-5, but 1-1 on the scoreboard on a shorthanded goal by the Buccaneers and a power play goal by the Dubuque Saints, Fighting Saints. Sorrell with the face-off for the Bucks to the stick side. Spooner. Buccaneers win the face-off. Played it on the near side, on the half boards. Tied up. Grosloss in there trying to dig it out. Thorpe did. Shot on net. Save. Skoloff with the shot on net.
That was a sharp one, too.
That was, yeah.
Almost at the goal line where he shot that from.
That's the ones that usually catch a goalie off guard.
We saw Ben Keevan scoring like that about a month ago here at home.
Earls with the face-off again for the Bucks to the stick side. The Saints goaltender. Buccaneers win the face-off. Saints pick it up, though. Bring it down the left-hand side of the ice, cross the blue line down on the Buccaneers' defensive side of the ice. Right on net, shot saved by Cinco Escarbo as the Saints came in there. A little backhand shot. Cinco Escarbo all over it.
Of course, the jerseys you're seeing now being auctioned off after tonight's game. And they asked Tony to be with the auctioneers last time.
Yeah, I got to auction. I got to do like 2 jerseys, and then the captain Dyer said, "No, we do this," and I said, "Sounds good to me." And they introduced themselves on the ice. So I did not want to be the auctioneer tonight for sure. I watched the car auction that was live down in Kansas City last week, and boy, that auction, them auctioneers down there can whistle and Dixie that with no other. You can't hardly understand what they're saying. Tied up in the corner. You're not missing anything here. Tied up. It's been tied up in the corner there for about 30 seconds now. Still tied up. See who comes up with it. Clark in there for the Bucks. Harper in there for the Buccaneers too. Still tied up, and now it finally squirts free. But down on the inboard, sent over to the other side, or on the far side. Deladonna is able to bring it up out of the zone to Blair and sends it down into the Saints into the ring. Spooner leaves it there and behind his own cage, sent over to the far side to Blair. Blair has it off the half boards, back to the point, sent on the near side. Barron with it, tipped in front. Clark get up for the Buccaneers, could not get it off. And here comes the Saints up out of the zone all the way down the right-hand side. Nice back check by Deladonna, and here comes the Bucks back the other direction. Oh,
We just got over the board.
We did. I thought for sure that was going to be too many men on the ice for the Bucks, and just barely got on the ice and off the ice. The two players exchanging ice time there. 6:22 of the period. Buccaneers played on the near side. Alstead in there trying to dig it out on the left-hand side. He comes up with it, looking for the centering pass right out in front. Spooner gets a piece of it, directs it the other direction. Now here comes Barron. Barron with it to Niedermeyer, up to Cornforth. Cornforth with it now on the far side. Tried to bring it right up to center ice. Played by Alstead. Alstead brings it down into the Saints in the ring. Centering pass up front, broken up by Cornforth. Sent over to the far side. Here comes Dennis out of the zone for the Saints. Up to Cornforth. That guy's number 9's all over the place here for the Saints. Played on the near side. Alstead with it now. 2-on-1 coming back the other way. Shaw with a shot on net. Save by Spooner. The puck comes free. Back out to center ice. Buccaneers dump it right back in. Saints pick it up in behind their own goaltender. Played on the near side. Designated Aro with it for the Saints. Back up to center ice. Here comes the Bucks all the way in. Shaw with it. Back into shot. Save. Spooner sent over to the far side. The net came off just for a second. Came right back on. Continue on. Shot blocked in front. And the Buccaneers with the best scoring opportunity in about 5 minutes. Bevenberg with it for the Buccaneers. Sent over to the far side. Slinglincher trying to catch up to it. Played by Dyer. Dyer off the high glass. Up to Kernan. Kernan drop pass back. Fires it. Shot blocked in front. Saints come up with it. Then up through center ice. Played on the far side. And the Saints come in 2-on-2, coming back the other direction. High slot. Fires it. Just went to the right-hand side of the players, left-hand side of the goaltender. And Cinco Escarbo hangs on to it, covers up, get a whistle. 4:31 left in first period. 1-1 hockey game.
Yeah, a couple good looks for the Bucks there. A lot of blocked shots by the Fighting Saints. Just those big defensemen that like getting in the way. And those 6'5", 6'3" guys. And then Spooner on Seelinger. Seelinger had a partial break there. It wasn't quite clean enough. He had a little bit of pressure from the back by the defenseman, but Spooner shut the pads on him and stay 1-1.
Buccaneers with it now on the far side, off the half boards. Top of the circles, fires a shot, went wide. A Cinco Escarbo played on the near side. Now the Buccaneers come up with it, sends it down into the Saints into the rink. Back up through center ice it comes at the neutral zone. Bucks with it now, right up through the Buccaneer logo. Deladonna with it, sent over to the far side. Never made it to the net for the Buccaneers. And here comes the Saints, turn and burn and come back the other way. Up to Frank. Frank across the blue line down in the Bucks defensive side of the ice. Played to the far side. Lost the edge. Saints keep control of it, though. Top of the circle, left-hand side. The Bucks able to almost clear it out. Not able to. Clark intended to clear it out, but got stopped at the blue lines. Sent out by Harper. And the Buccaneers are going to
Be a high stick on the puck.
Nice call on that, Elijah.
I thought it was going to get called on a late whistle from the ref, but they called it nonetheless, and it's going to go is it all the way back?
Yep, it's going to go
all the way down to the paint zone.
Buccaneers going to get offensive face-off. Searles, Rosloss out there for the Buccaneers. Ori, Buick, Riskaloff out there for the Buccaneers. To the glove side of Spooner. Shot never made it to the net. Just went through the blue paint. Back out to the blue line. That one does. Shot went on the side of the net.
Knocked the stick out of Spooner's hands.
Spooner does not have a stick. But he's going to be able to grab it here as the Saints able to clear it up out of the zone. Here comes the Buccaneers back the other way. Right over on the far side. Played off the half boards. Here comes the Buccaneers up to Ori. Ori with it. Fires a shot. Tipped in front. Went over to the far side. Briskaloff plays it off the far boards. Here comes the Saints up out of the zone on the left-hand side all the way down. And they come in offside. Dennis comes off in offsides for the Saints. 2:59 left in the first period. 1-1 hockey game.
Yeah, not sure if Ori was looking for the pass to Brizgalov or if it got tipped that way, but Ori had a very clean lane to take a shot on net. And like I said, I'm not sure if someone got in the way of it, but once again, the Fighting Saints putting their bodies on the line.
Just under 3 minutes to go in the first period, 2:59 to be exact. Face-off won by the Saints. Dumps it all the way down the Bucks into the ring. Drasky tracing after it for the Bucks. Played on the near side. Shaw comes in with a nice kick. Sends it all the way down, and the Saints in the ring. Spooner leaves it there, sends it to the near side. Back out the center, or back out almost to the center ice. Didn't think it, now it comes out to center ice. That's what I was going to say. I thought it was going to head that direction. At the blue line, Buccaneers dump it right back in. Saints controlling the play down on their defensive side of the ice. Played on the near side on the half boards. Saints able to come up with it all the way down across the blue line, the opposite direction. Fires a shot on net. Cinco Escarbo with the save, and the puck comes free all the way up through center ice. Played on the far side. Saints bring it right back in. Top of the circle. Shot just went wide as Cinco Escarbo. He might have got a piece of it. Frank has it for the Saints. Played on the near side by Niedermeyer to the far side. Shot on net. Cinco Escarbo with the save. Frank chasing after it for the Fighting Saints. And now the Buccaneers are trapped in their defensive side of the ice again. Cinco Escarbo with the save. And now we get a piece of it. Still not able to clear it out. The Bucks are just struggling right now on the defensive side of the ice. Played on the near side. Niedermeyer plays it for the Saints. 4 players down below the face-off dots here for the Saints. Now Niedermeyer gets back. Played on the near side here for the Buccaneers. Things were trying to catch up to it. Couldn't get to it. Fires it. Shot. And tipped on net. And Cinco Escarbo able to get the save.
You know, the Fighting Saints, in comparison to last night, have seemed to find more offense.
Yes, more offense.
They have been down to
And
a right a lot.
They're putting it on net, too, tonight. They missed a lot of shots last night, went wide of the goaltender, but tonight they were putting Cinco Escarbo in the test as they're out shooting the Buccaneers 13-8, 1:17 left in the period.
Yeah, we saw the opposite last night. We saw the Bucks have a lot of offensive pressure, and pretty sure they held the Saints to 3 or 4 shots after one.
Buick has it for the Bucks, played on the near side to Blair. Not able to get it out as the Saints keep it in. Centering pass right up front, shot goal. Centering pass from behind the net right out front.
It's Cornforth again.
Cornforth with his second goal of the evening at 1:07, and that's a heartbreak for the Bucks at the end of a period here. Dubuque Fighting Saints 2, the Buccaneers 1, 1:07 left in the first period.
I know Barron got primary assist. He was behind the net. He saw Cornforth going to the front. Then a kind of a spinning backhand pass out to Cornforth, who put it home. Second goal of the evening for him. And Saints have found some of their offense that they were missing last night.
Saints win the faceoff back to Barhill. Back up to center ice it comes. Played on the far side. Back up through center ice. Thorpe has it. Sends it down in deep. Saints come up with it in behind their own goaltender. 43 seconds remaining in the period. And that gets played up into the protective netting in that far left-hand corner. Buccaneers are going to get offensive face-off here with 35.4 seconds left, hopefully for the tying goal here.
Something I want to mention as well is the Fighting Saints had, I believe, 19 shots on net last night in total. In the first period, they have 14 already. So they've definitely stepped up. They came to play tonight.
Thurls with the face-off for the Buccaneers to the stick side. Spooner. Saints win the face-off. Their captain wins the face-off. Gets it up to the blue line. Couldn't move it out, though. Sent over to the far side. And the puck comes free all the way up through center ice. Played by Barron. Yardreski with it, or Briskaloff with it for the Buccaneers. And the Saints able to get a piece of it, clear it out all the way down. Cinco Escarbo looked like he was going to play that, send it off, but he didn't. Let Harper play it for the Bucks. Here comes the Buccaneers, one last try. 7 seconds remaining in the period. Rosvoss with it for the Bucks. Could not get the pass off. Comes back up to center ice, and that's going to do it for one period of play. It's the Dubuque Fighting Saints 2 and the Buccaneers 1. Shots on net, 14 for Dubuque and 8 for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, the goals that appears the second one just came in. Opening goal, Nate Deladonna shorthanded for the Bucks after Piepenberg had the double minor high stick. But on that same penalty kill, the Bucks allow a power play goal to Gavin Cornforth, assisted by Charlie Arend. And then late in the first period, just about a minute left, Cornforth gets his second goal of the night, assisted by Barron and Arend. So Arend with the second assist of the night, 2-point first periods for Cornforth and Arend, and the Bucks are down 2-1 after one.
All right, we're going to take a 17-minute break, be back with second period action. Thanks for listening to Des Moines Buccaneer Hockey on YouTube and watching on Flow Sports.
just about 2.5 minutes until the second period starts. Before that period starts, let's take a look at the scoreboard around the league. Out in Green Bay, 3-2, Phantoms on top of the Gamblers. In Sioux City, the Musketeers down 3-2 to the Lancers. Last time I checked, it was 3-1, so Musketeers just scored themselves a goal pretty recently. In Fargo, 3-3 game with the Stampede, and all 6 of those goals came in the first period. So a goalie's nightmare, the defenseman's nightmare. 6 goals, 1 period, 3 for each team. Up at Tri-City, they are tied with the Stars 1-1. Of course, 2-1 here, Fighting Saints on top. The Rough Riders 1-0 at home against the Chicago Steel. And then the Lumberjacks on the road in Madison, 1-0 there. So a lot of close games, a lot of one-goal games or ties here tonight. Every single game is either tied or a one-goal game. So a lot of close ones we have around the league tonight. Of course, like I said earlier, all the teams playing tonight played yesterday. A lot of back-to-backs, no games tomorrow as the USHL holiday break starts tomorrow officially. And the next games that will be played in the USHL, Friday, December 27th. The next time we'll see the Bucks in action is going to be the 28th. They play the Omaha Lancers, and the Omaha Lancers, they play the 27th. They play the 28th. And then they end up playing Tuesday, December 31st, and so do the Bucks. So I call it a 3-game weekend for the Lancers and a 2-game weekend for the Bucks. Tuesday game, that's a little bit odd, but it's New Year's Eve for those games before the turn of the new year. So we'll see what happens there. Bucks looking to go out to Omaha for the first time this season. Play them 4 times this USHL season, as we're about 30 seconds before the puck will drop. I did check the USA Canada game over the break just to see what's going on there. USA still on top of Canada East 2-1. Of course, Van Vliet, the Dubuque forward, getting an assist in that game. Sweden awaiting the winner of this game.
All right, here we go. 20 minutes up on the clock. Second period action. Buccaneers wearing their red jerseys going to your right. Dubuque wearing their white jerseys going to your left on the screen. And it looks like maybe we lost our video feed. But anyway, Buccaneers pick it up on the near side. Down on their defensive side of the ice. Here comes the Bucks up out of the zone. Sent over to the far side to Shaw. Delayed. Oh, boy. Shaw lost the edge, went right into the boards, and almost took the knees out on the linesman over there. We got it. Just good screen there. Anyway, if you guys are watching on Flow on the home broadcast, we might have lost the video feed, but it looks like it's still up on the visitor feed, but we'll check in on it. We'll hear from Flow here shortly. Saints with it on the far side. Dennis picks it up for the Saints across the blue line, all the way up through center ice. Right out in front, shot on net, save. Played on the near side. The Buccaneers bring it up out of the zone, all the way down into the Dubuque Fighting Saints in the ring. Saints pick it up off the end boards, up the blue line. Back on the near side. Desanardo for the Saints with it. Sends it all the way down. The Buccaneers in the rinks. Played on the backside.
I believe Flo's working on it right now.
Yeah, looks like Flo's working on it. We've got a green screen now. That's interesting. Saints with it now up through center ice. Across the blue line for the Saints down the Buccaneers defensive side of the ice. Couldn't get the shot off. Right, shot saved by Cinco Lascarbo. The Buccaneers come up with it. Kernan with the Bucks sends it all the way down, and that's going to be no icing there, as the Saints thought it was going to be icing. Comes free, back up to the hash marks. Clark has it for the Buccaneers. And they are definitely working on the picture on Flow Sports here, guys. I see that went back to the dark screen. There we go. We got it up, and there was a Flow Sports, got it up and going there momentarily. Sent over to the far side. Barnhill chasing after it for the Saints. We get an icing call on the Des Moines Buccaneers. 18:05 left in the second period. 2-1 hockey game.
It looks like Flo got it back up.
Yep.
Of course, I saw that they're working on it on our computer
Yep,
over here, and see them moving stuff around.
Yep.
So there's only so much we can do, Tony
Yep.
and I. We
Yep.
just have to watch it. But looks like it should be good now.
Yeah, we didn't touch anything. Face off to the glove side to Cinco Escarbo. Clark with the face-off for the Buccaneers. Saints win it, though, back to the blue line. Played on the half boards on the far side. Back to Clark, down below the goal line. Buick has it for the Buccaneers. Off the half boards. Blair able to clear it out all the way down, and the Saints into the rink. Foot race coming back the other way. Deladonna with it, catches up to it, and the Saints able to bring it up out of the zone all the way up to the neutral zone. Played by the... Nope, I thought it was going to be played by a high stick. Fires a shot, save. Cinco Escarbo played on the near side, and the Buccaneers able to bring it up out of the zone all the way up to Blair. Blair across the blue line, looking for the centering pass to Deladonna. Couldn't get it to him. Back up to the point, and just a miscommunication there as it went in between everybody and cleared down to the length of the ice. Buccaneers pick it up in behind their own goaltender, played on the far side. Up to Blair. Blair has it for the Buccaneers, and Deladonna sends it all the way in to the Dubuque Fighting Saints defensive side of the ice, played on the near side in the right-hand corner. Sent all the way down, and the Bucks in the rink, played on the near side. Dyer, the Des Moines captain, gets it up out of the zone, played on the near side. Grossloss tried to get a piece of it, couldn't do it. Sent back out to center ice and by Searles to Dyer. Grossloss with it for the Buccaneers. Across the center ice line, across the blue line, down in the defensive side of the ice for the Saints. Offensive side for the Bucks. Down below the goal line, sent over to the far side. Niedermeyer picks it up for the Saints. Off the half boards, all the way up through center ice. Buccaneers have it now over to Grossloss. He gets taken down, no call. And here comes the Buccaneers up out of the zone. Played on the far side. Briskov chasing after it for the Bucks. Couldn't hang on to it. Back up to the blue line, down on the Buccaneers' defensive side of the ice. Nice back check there by Barron. Sent on the near side. Saints pick it up off the half boards, or half the inboards. Cornforth with it. 2 goals already tonight for him. Sent over to the far side. Barnhill has it for the Saints. Down below the goal line, top of the circles. Dennis has it for the Saints, walking it on the left-hand side. Shot saved by Cinco Escarbo off his left shoulder. And defensive face-off here for the Buccaneers.
The Bucks on themselves in their own zone for a while once again, having some struggles there. And we saw earlier Blair was trying to find Thorpe at the point, and it went by him all the way down. That was really the only offense we've seen so far from the Bucks this period. So
Yeah.
4 minutes in.
Buccaneers yet to get a shot on net here in the second period. Dubuque Fighting Saints with 4 shots on net. Played on the far side. Saints with it now off the far board. Shaw in there for the Buccaneers, trying to get a piece of it. Or he has it for the Bucks. He turns and spins around back to Buick. Down below the goal line, off the half boards, all the way up to center ice. Just Dubuque's just beating the Buccaneers to every puck. Well, now we're back to experience technical issues with Flow Sports again. I'm sure they're working on it. Buccaneers with it on the left-hand side all the way down, and the Saints in the rink. Has there been a penalty on Saints yet tonight? I don't think so. Nope. Saints with it now on the far side, off the half boards up through center ice. Played on the near side. Cornforth with it for the Saints, sends it down in deep. Peppenberg picks it up for the Buccaneers, able to clear it all the way over to the far side. Singletary picks it up for the Bucks across the blue line on the left-hand side. Down in the Buccaneers' offensive side of the ice. He gets tied up, taken down. Fagan's going to let him continue on. Sent over to the far side. Buccaneers play it off the far boards. top of the circle, just looking for their first shot in the period. Down and deep on the right-hand side. Bevenberg sent it to the far side of Dyer. Dyer couldn't keep it in. Trickles free, and the Saints come up with it. Corral has it for the Saints all the way up through center ice, tips it down into the Buccaneer end of the rink. Cinco Lascarbo leaves it there in behind his own cage. Bevenberg picks it up for the Buccaneers. Zelensky has it for the Bucks, couldn't hang on to it, and nope, no call there. Fagan, Buccaneers got away from one with there as a tripping could have been called on the Buccaneers, and Fagan's letting them continue on. Yep, we know. They got to do it on their end. Yeah. They're working on it.
He said they're working on it. Yeah, I can see it.
Yep. And that's going to be icing on the Buccaneers. Yeah, we didn't do anything. They're working on it. We can see them moving the screen around. So, yep, I'm getting all kinds of people telling us Flow Hockey's down. They are working on it. We can see the computer screen. They're working on it. It looks like they're doing something. Nope. If they have video on that far side, that's the same video, so it's still coming in. Well, they need to take another business. They need to take another video. That's on Flow.
We have a contract there?
Yeah, we. Extension 900. Extension 900 on that. 900. 900. Buccaneers with it down in the Saints in the rink. Shot on net. Save. Goes up into the protected evening. 13:09 left in a second. Well, we definitely know when the feed's not working because we get all kinds of people up here in a panic. So they are definitely working on it. If you want to see the video, I hate to say it, but jump over to the away side. They might be able to get it going. But anyway.
We have Josh Fisher
Yeah,
working
Josh
on
Fisher,
it.
Fisher's working on it. Everybody's working on it here except for me. It's nothing we did, so. Buccaneers with it on the far side. Barron with it. Delayed offsides on the Buccaneers, and it gives opportunity for the Saints to bring it up out of the zone. And here comes the Bucks up through center ice. Brings it down into the Saints in the rink. Sent over to the far side. Off the far boards. Down into the Buccaneer into the rink. Dennis has it for the Saints. Loses it. Clark comes up with it for the Bucks. Sent over to the far side. Right up through center ice. Attentive for Deladonna. Couldn't get it to him. And the Buccaneers have tied them up on shots in this period, 4-4. Back out to center ice it comes. The Saints pick it up right up through the Buccaneer logo. That could have been too many men on the ice for the Saints. Sent over to the far side. Deladonna picks it up off the half boards all the way up through center ice it comes, and that goes up into the crowd. Sorry, folks. Puck's left to playing surface. 12-11 left in the second period, 2-1 hockey game.
See Flow Hockey working on it right now.
Yep. Flow Hockey's working on the feed. Hopefully they can get it figured out.
Where's the home team HDMI?
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, Tony's stepping aside for a second. I'll step in for him. The Fighting Saints win the faceoff in it. We called back. Looks like they might have got in there a little too early. Redo the faceoff. Tony looking down at the stuff right now. All right, trying to get the time back up on the clock. All good, and the thumbs up. They'll throw out the puck. Surlis and McKeith at the dot. One back to Niedermeyer, or Kostadinsky rather. Shot on net from the point. Save ESL. Fighting Saints with it. Centering pass. Gets free. Shot. Glove save. And it trickles in. shot on net from Barnhill. Sequin Lascarbo got a glove on it, and that one popped right up over his head in the net. And that looks to be Barnhill's first USHL goal. They made sure to go grab the puck on that one as Dyer goes in. He talks to the official saying something.
Well, hopefully we got flow up and going, but I missed a call somewhere there. I missed a goal, sounds like. So
Full hockey looks to be back up.
yeah, we got up and going. So it was on our end. There was the adapter down there must quit working momentarily. And how you fix that stuff, unplug it and plug it back in. Let it reset and fire right up. So Saints with it on the far side. Dyer with it. Thanks for covering for me, Elijah. Appreciate it. Play it on the near side. Buccaneers able to clear it on the near side. Try to clear it up out of the zone. Dyer has it, sends it all the way down into the Saints into the ring. Sent to the far side. Barron has it for the Fighting Saints. Puck comes free all the way up through center ice on the right-hand side. Buccaneers trailing 3-1. I think Lascarbo with the save. Totally two different teams from last night to tonight, and the Saints are figuring it out.
They already have more shots on net than they did all of last night, and we're not even halfway through this game yet. As they announced who got the assists. So Barnhill with the goal, McKeish with the lone assist, 3-1.
Buccaneers pick it up through center ice. Kernan has it now on the left-hand side, dumps it down into the Saints in the rink. Back to the blue line.
And, Matt Curley is giving it to the official right now. He thought that should have been a penalty, and he is hot. He is hot right now.
Yeah, Curley is hot. I didn't. But anyway, on the Buccaneers, I think Lascarbo leaves it in behind his own cage. Yeah, he is hot. Hitting out here, Bucks on the far side, brings it down into the Saints in the rink. Shot towards the net, just went wide. Kernan with a shot.
He is still yelling at the official.
Yeah.
He has to be careful not to get a sportsmanlike conduct.
1-0 coming back the other way. Saints with a shot, backhanded shot. Up over the left-hand shoulder of Cinco Lascarbo, and the Fighting Saints make it a 4-1 hockey game.
As Morello.
And we're going to get a goalie change here.
It looks like Weiland's going to come in relief of Sequin Lascarbo. And Weiland played very well last night. He heads in for ESL, who had 21 shots on him. And that was Morello with the goal. The Boston Bruins draftee, BU commit. 4-1 Dubuque, and Max is heading in cold now.
Boy, I tell you what, I was just thinking about that. That's hard on a goaltender. No warm-up, no nothing. He's sitting there with a regular helmet on the bench, and he gets out there, and so we'll see how well he does as Max Weiland's in net for the Buccaneers after that goal. Saints pick it up down below the goal line up to Frank. Frank able trying to clear it out.
Oh, and Kostadinsky just gave Deladonna a shot, and no call.
That's probably, anyway, shot on net, saved by Weiland.
And Kostadinsky and Deladonna going at it again, and Kostadinsky gave Deladonna a shot right to the head, and you know, you would think.
Yeah, but now they're talking a little bit more. Cornforth talking.
See Max getting warmed up in his crease now. Of course, he had to face a shot early on there, and he's able to stop that one.
We down again? Did you see video on both sides?
There we go.
Oh, there we go. It's up and going there. Yeah, it's
I don't know what's going on with.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, not touching anything. So.
Yeah, Curley has the whole team gathered around, and he is hot. He is yelling. He is not happy.
He is not happy at all with their play. He is hot.
Very animated on the
Yeah.
bench there. As you saw, he was very animated with the official, too, after a missed tripping call. And the goal Morello scored wasn't because of the missed tripping call,
No.
but I'm sure that did not make him feel very
Well,
good. As that happens, and then they scored
Yeah.
against just a series of unfortunate events.
Halfway through the second period, only 12 shots on the net. Last night, I think we ended up with 34 shots on net. So definitely not putting the shots on net like we usually do.
And you wonder if it'll get chippy at all between the teams. As, of course, we saw down in the Dubuque end, Kostadinsky and Deladonna going at it a little bit. We've seen Ori step up, go for a couple big hits there on the last shift, and you just wonder. And we keep seeing the flow stream switching on and off and on and off,
yeah,
so we're not sure what's going on there.
We get through this last 10 minutes here of this second period. I'll get down there and take a look at it again, but we'll figure it out. Stay with us. Shaw with a shot on net. Saved by Spooner. Centering pass out front. No one there. Sent over to the far side. Thorpe tried to keep it in. Couldn't do it. Played by the Saints. All the way down on the Buccaneer end of the rink. Off the half boards. Up through center ice. Allstead with it for the Buccaneers. Back out to Shaw. Fires a shot. Saved by Spooner. That was the best scoring opportunity for the Buccaneers this second period. And now the Bucks throwing a little bit of weight around there. Has a couple good body checks there. Trying to get back into the game. Clark has it now. Beat him to the puck. And that's something we haven't seen a lot tonight. The Buccaneers beat him to the pucks in the corner. But we're seeing that here in the last 2 minutes after the timeout. Back up to Clark. Clark has it. Walks it all the way. And Spooner with the save. Spooner with the save again. Now we got Yadrevsky with it.
Hit up high
Down
by
below
Costa, and
here we go. They're going to go.
For Kostadinsky throwing punches. And they're both going to go to the box. Yastrzemski got hit in the face and punched, and he gets a penalty for it. I'm assuming they're both going to go for roughing. Kostadinsky and Yastrzemski. And Kostadinsky threw a glove off, started to throw some punches over the officials, and a little bit of life there between the two teams.
Yep. Well, that number 4 for the Saints.
Big height advantage. Kostadinsky 6'5", Yastrzemski 5'11". Pick on someone your own size. That's a fight.
That'd be like me picking on somebody. I'm a small guy, so I don't pick on anybody.
The alternate captain for the Fighting Saints. Going at it with Deladonna last shift. Comes out, goes at it with Yastrzemski, and it looks like we'll get matching roughs. 4-on-4.
4-on-4. Clark with the face-off for the Buccaneers. Clears the face-off all the way out. Back out to center ice it comes. Harper with it for the Bucks and over to the far side. Clark has it now for the Buccaneers up through center ice. Deladonna with it on the breakaway. Semi-breakaway gets taken down. Going to be a penalty on the Dubuque Fighting Saints on a hooking call. The Buccaneers are going to be on the Little Debbie Snack Cake power play. 8:50 remaining in the second period.
This is going to be a weird one. A 4-on-3 is what we're going to see. That's Desiderio. So that's 2 defensemen in the box for the Fighting Saints, and that's two of their top 4 defensemen as well. And they're both left D. So half of their left D in the box currently.
And yeah, kind of. I don't know what the hold up here. They kind of like both teams kind of took a 20-second timeout there.
Well, this is going to be a decent length 4-on-3, a minute 44 before Kostadinsky and Yastrzemski come out the box.
Clark and Signature out there for the Buccaneers. Clark with it now for the Bucks. Fires a shot. Never made it to the net. Tied up in front of the net there. Who is that for the Buccaneers? Clark got tied up, got taken down. No call. Fires a shot. Never made it. Went over the head of Spooner. Buccaneers pick it up on the backside. On the near side, Clark has it. High slot. Barron to the near side. Clark back to the far side. Shot. Score! Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. The Buccaneers make it a 4-2 hockey game. 8:22 left in the second period. A power play goal by the Bucks.
Kernan with the feed across the front of the net from Clark, and he finds himself wide open. He had a lot to shoot at. And a little bit of a mess out there. Hosadinsky came out the box.
Yeah, came out of the box.
Desiderio.
Yeah, he's going back. Yep.
Hosadinsky has to pay his time for the roughing earlier. Desiderio can leave, but back to 4-on-4. That's the second special team goal for the Bucks tonight. See if they can build off this. There's still plenty of time left. 4-2 game.
Saints win the faceoff. They draw it down in the Buccaneer ring. Barnhill picks it up for the Saints. And here we go. They got it up there. Back on the near side. Saints could bring it up through the left-hand side. Cornfield with it with 2 goals already tonight for him. Played on the far side. A little bit of life here for the Buccaneers. Ori has it for the Bucks. Here we go. Listen to the call here. Jack Kernan with the goal. Andrew Clark with the assist. Richard Barron with the assist too for the Buccaneers. 11:38 of the second period. Buccaneers cleared it out of the zone all the way back down to the Buccaneer end of the rink. 4-on-4 hockey here for another 28 seconds. Barron picks it up in behind his own goaltender. Played on the near side by Harper. Harper has it in behind his own cage. Spins, brings it back the other direction. Now he sends it up to Clark. Clark plays it on the right-hand side of the ice. Dumps it down into the Saints in the rink. Picked up on the near side. Saints come up with it. All the way down to the Bucks in the rink. Deladonna intercepts that, brings it up through center ice, played on the left-hand side. Sent over to the far side to Barron. Clark has it now on the far side. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the period. The Bucks couldn't keep it in at the blue line. Deladonna has to step back and play it. Played on the far side. Barron has it up to Reese Goloff. Couldn't hang on to it at center ice. Played by Harper. Harper on the right-hand side. Dennis has it for the Saints, brings it in. 2-on-2 coming back the other way. Played on the far side, off the half boards, back out to the blue line. Now played on the near side. Fires a shot, never made it to net. Weilet was moving left to right. Buccaneers come up with it. Harper, top of the circle, sends it up out of the zone, dumps it all the way down to the Saints' defensive side of the ice, and that's going to be icing on the Buccaneers. 6:16 left in the second period. Well, since that timeout, Elijah, the Buccaneers have put some pressure on the Fighting Saints and coming back slowly on shots on net. As I said, we had 12 minutes left in that period, and we only had 1 or 2 shots on net. Now it's 9 shots for Dubuque and 7 for the Buccaneers in this period. Face off to the stick side of Spooner. Buccaneers win the face-off. Clark with the face-off for the Bucks. Saints come up with it. Fires a shot on that. Weilet with the save. Back to the tops of the circles. Fires a shot, just goes wide. And the puck comes free all the way up through center ice. Deladonna with a hit on the far side. Right through the blue paints. Shot just went wide. Backhanded shot by the Saints. Kroll with it for the Saints. Fires it in deep. Sent over to the far side. Deladonna picks it up off the half boards. Leaves it there for Clark. Down below the goal line on the far side. Clark has it now for the Bucks. Couldn't hang on to it. And the Saints keep it in at the blue line. Still not able to clear it out. Harper has it for the Buccaneers. Try to play it off the far boards. Now Deladonna brings it up out of the zone himself. Loses possession of it as the Saints move and turn back the other way. Down into the Buccaneers' defensive side of the ice. Fires a shot, never made it to the net. Sent over to the far side. Slingshire picks it up for the Buccaneers across the blue line up through center ice on the left-hand side. Couldn't hang on to it. The Buccaneers making a line change. Dubuque's trying to catch him at it. Clark plays it, sends it back in. That's going to be icing on the Buccaneers. 5:01 left in the second period.
Yeah, Harper has been out there ever since that last icing, and I believe only a few of the Bucks players were able to change her as they were stuck in their own zone. So Bucks have a couple players on the ice who have been out there for quite some time. And
Face off to the glove side of Weilet. Clark with the face-off for the Buccaneers. Sent over to the far side, kept in at the blue line, fires a shot, just goes wide of the Buccaneer goaltender. Wylet with a save, and that's a goal for the Dubuque Fighting Saints as they tapped it in behind, underneath Wylet, and the Dubuque Fighting Saints make it a 5-2 hockey game. 4:50 left in the second period. Wylet made the first save, and it was loose there. They tapped at it again, and he did not get it covered up in time and got it in underneath the 5-hole there for him. And that's a tough one to give up for Wylet as Dyer goes back, gives him the pat on the pads. And that's something I think the defenseman should have helped try to clear that out.
That was Ritter Coombs, and he's been very good against the Bucks this season. Scored his first ever USHL goal against the Bucks.
Saints with it, brings it down into the Buccaneer in the rink. Back to play it is Peppenberg. Peppenberg picks it up in behind his own cage, in behind the Buccaneer cage. And I think that's an unassisted goal. Here comes the Bucks up out of the zone, all the way down on the Saints in the rink. Right out in front, shot just went wide of Spooner. Signature just shot it wide, and he's not happy. He beats his stick against the boards. Back to play to Dyer down through the neutral zone. Alstead has it on the far side. Couldn't hang on to it. Saints come in 3-on-3, coming back the other way. Top of the circles through the hash marks. Fires a shot just tipped wide, and the Buccaneers able to clear it out. Saints have it now at the blue line, brings it back down, and the Buccaneer in the ring. Wylet leaves it there for, nope, he just plays it off the far boards. He decided to try to clear it out himself. Then over to the far side, Saints pick it up on the half boards. Dyer pins him up against the boards. Buccaneers still can't clear it out. 2-on-1 coming back the other way. There it is. Shot. Oh, boy, just missed a wide open net as Wylet was moving left to right. And we're going to get a penalty on the Buccaneers here, I do believe. Yep, we're going to empty net. Goaltender's been pulled for Dubuque. Delayed penalty on the Des Moines Buccaneers. Saints pick it up in behind their own net, setting it up, going to move it forward. Played it on the near side. Johnson has it for the Saints on the near side, on the left-hand side. Sends it all the way down on the Bucks' defensive side of the ice. And now the Bucks touch it up. Clark touches it up. And we're going to get a 2-minute minor for high sticking for the Buccaneers. 3:12 left in the second period. Buccaneers are going to be on the Little Heavy Snack Cake power play as Alstead is going to the penalty box.
Yep, another penalty by the Buccaneers. And, of course, the game started out with the penalty of 4-minute double minor for high sticking. And the Bucks opened up the scoring and then allowed a power play goal. The Bucks just recently scored a power play goal. So it's been a special teams night so far.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of action on special teams, and now the Bucks need to get a kill here with about 3 minutes left in the period.
Eliza, we need a shorthanded goal. Get back into this. Send over to the far side. Bounced off the far wall. Saints couldn't keep it in. Deladonna out there for the Buccaneers. Searles out there for the Bucks. Harper. And Buick out there for the Buccaneers too on the penalty kill unit. Saints come up with it. Deladonna gets a piece of it. Sends it back down in the Saints defensive side of the ice. Spooner just leaves it there. Boy, I thought he was going to flip that up in the air. Send it on the near side. Here comes the Saints up through center ice on the left-hand side. Brings it all the way in. Fires a shot. Never made it to the net. Got blocked by Dyer, and the puck comes free. Allen chasing after it for the Saints. He picks it up down in his defensive side of the ice, putting the pressure on the Searles. Sent over to the far side, off the half boards. Now sent to the near side. Cornforth with it for the Saints. Saints come up with it now. Up through center ice, right up through the neutral zone. Drop pass back. Sent over to the far side. Niedermeyer for the Saints. Walks it all the way in. Sent over to the near side. Dyer reaching out for it. Tried to get a stick on it. Couldn't do it. Barron has it. Back to Niedermeyer. Sent to the far side. Below the goal line. It's right out in front. Shot blocked in front. And there was That was Deladonna that blocked that shot, and he is hurting out there.
He blocked one like that yesterday, too.
Yes, he did. His legs are going to be bruised up going into the winter break, into the Christmas break. Sent over to the far side. Deladonna still in lots of pain out there, trying to walk it off, skate it off. Right out in front, Saints with it. I'm surprised Deladonna's not coming to the bench. He's trying to suffer, work his way through that pain. Back to Barron, sent over to the far side, try to go on the far side of Wylet, and the puck goes up into the crowd. 1:02 left in the second period. Sorry, folks, puck's left the playing surface. Deladonna with a smile on his face coming this direction, going to the bench. Looks like he's feeling a little bit better. He gets a couple of pats on the head. Still got a big smile on his face, but boy, as soon as he tries to put pressure on that leg, it comes out from under him, and he is still hobbling on the bench. Must be
Stinger.
Yeah, Stinger, the trainer's not even looking that direction, so must be all right. Back out to center ice to come. Saints with it. Down into the Buccaneer rink. Shorels has it for the Buccaneers, able to clear it out. Sent over to the far side. Bouncing puck loose. Goes all the way back down in the Buccaneers' offensive side of the ice. Fires a shot, just never made it to Spooner. Got blocked in front. Buccaneers trying to keep it in, couldn't do it. Harper has it for the Bucks. Now he brings it in, leaves it there for Charles. Fires a shot, went over the head of Spooner. That would have been a nice late goal for the Bucks here late in the second period. 20 seconds remain in the period. Saints pick it up down in their defensive side of the ice, send it to the far side off the half board. Bucks keep it in at the blue line, sent wide. And two players ran into each other. That was the two Buccaneer players. Can't see what numbers they were, but they collided right in front of their Saints goaltender. And that's going to do it. After 2 periods of play, boy, what a big period there for the Saints. Saints 5 and the Buccaneers 2. Buccaneers with 7 shots on net in that second period for a game total of 15 for the Dubuque Fighting Saints, 10 for the game total of 24. Dubuque Fighting Saints 1 for 2 on the power play tonight, and the Buccaneers 1 for 1 on the power play.
Of course, quite a few goals you saw this period. We saw 4 goals in total, 3 by the Fighting Saints, 1 by the Bucks. Started off with Sean Barnhill, first goal from Bexelton McKeish and Christian Kostadinsky. Second goal, just about a minute later, Jonathan Morello from Nicholas Desiderio, Xavier Lee, but that's both their first points of the season. Jack Kernan with the Bucks power play goal from Clark and Barron, and then Ritter Coombs from Barnhill. So multi-point night for Barnhill. Bucks on themselves down 3 after the second period.
All right, we're going to take a 17-minute break. Elijah and I will be back with third period action. Thanks for listening to Des Moines Buccaneer Hockey on YouTube and Flow Sports.
All right, just about 3 minutes until the third period starts of the Dubuque Fighting Saints and Des Moines Buccaneers game, where the Fighting Saints find themselves up 5-2 after two. A 3-goal second period by the Fighting Saints helped them get to where they are now. And I wanted to take a look around the league scoreboard real quick before the period starts. The Phantoms on top of the Gamblers 5-2. There's two Western Conference teams going at it there. The teams the Bucks are sandwiched in between right now. Omaha and Sioux City playing, and Omaha is up on top 4-3 over the Musketeers. The Force beating the Stampede 5-4. The top two teams in the Western Conference. High scoring game there. The Storm find themselves down 5-1 to the Stars at home. The Steel and Rough Riders tied at 1. And the Muskegon Lumberjacks on top of the Madison Capitals 2-1 in that game. Of course, like I just mentioned, a 3-goal second period for the Fighting Saints. The Bucks got a goal of their own in the period on the power play by Jack Kernan, 11th goal of the season, and he has really stepped up as of recent, and he had a fantastic 6-game road trip that the Bucks were on. Got 8 points, I believe it was, on that trip. Did a fantastic job. He scores tonight, got a goal, get himself on the board. Of course, our opening goal was Nate Deladonna, short-handed. Reese Shaw, the assist on that. And the Jack Kernan goal assisted by Clark and Barron on the power play. Barron, very solid on the power play, the defenseman for the Bucks this season. He's up there in assists while on the power play for defensemen this year in the USHL. He's doing a fantastic job quarterbacking the power play unit as the third period gets underway very, very shortly here, about 1 minute. Max Weiland, the goaltender, to finish out the game for the Bucks. ESL, Sequin Lascarvo, got pulled after the fourth goal the Fighting Saints scored, and Matt Curley was not happy at all during that second period. He was giving it to the refs, giving it to the team, and right now he is talking to the official, Fagan, before the period starts, probably wanting some clarity on some of the things that didn't get called that he thought should have been a penalty, but he was not happy. He was giving it to Fagan, Lyle, and St. Pierre for quite some time, and he continues to talk to them still with about 20 seconds left before the period starts. The Bucks down 3 goals. They have not had a multi-goal comeback all season long. They have had games where they were down a goal, and they have came back and won some of those, but the Bucks have not gotten a multi-goal comeback win. So the Bucks looking to do that here in the third period. They need a very, very strong third period if they want to have any shot at taking this to overtime or coming out with a win.
Buccaneers wearing their red jerseys going to your left on the screen. Saints wearing their white and red going to your right. Saints win the faceoff. They draw it on the far side. Out there for the Buccaneers. Dyer's out there for the Bucks. Try to get our head back into the game here, all the way down into the Saints in the rink. Going to be a tough comeback here for the Bucks, but hopefully they can do it. We'll see if they got anything left in the gas tank after last night's win and coming from behind tonight. As Elijah said, I don't think we're done until December 28th. Nice little Christmas break here for everybody. Shot on net, saved by Weiland. And Eliza and I would like to wish everybody out there a Merry Christmas. We will be on break also. Barron with it all the way down into the Saints. At least this job, not my regular job. I be working my butt off there. But Buccaneers with it all the way up through center ice. Halstead has it for the Bucks. Sends it down into the Saints in the rink. Spooner leaves it there and behind his own cage. Sent over to the far side. Buccaneers catching up to it on the right-hand side. Played off the half boards. And no one there for the Buccaneers as Buick was coming off the, I think he was doing a line change here. No one on the right-hand side. Now here comes Buick, leaves it there. Jesus Christ.
What is that?
What the heck was that? Sorry about the language. We just had a very awkward sound come in our headsets here. All right, we're still going. I have no idea what that
Stand or
was.
toast, Tony.
Boy, I thought the roof was caving in on us here. Buckers, sorry about the language. I thought for sure something was collapsing on us here. Wow. Saints with it on the far side. Boy, I thought it was a fire alarm or something. I don't know what it was. Sent over to the far side, Buccaneers with it. I don't know if anybody on the broadcast, you guys watching, could hear that or not, but we certainly could. What the heck? All right, back to the game here. Dubuque brings it all the way down, and the Buccaneers in the rink. Shot never made it. Played on the near side. Tipped in front. Wylet sent it to the far side. Played off the half boards. Here comes Deladonna up through center ice. Played to the far side to Blair. And back down in the Dubuque Fighting Saints into the ring. Saints come up with it. Frank has it for the Saints. Sent over to the far side. Grosloff intercepts that, brings it back the other way. High slot, shot, save. I think Spooner got a piece of it, the right shoulder. Here comes Barron. Walks it in. Backhanded shot over the head. Nope, Barron just going to glove it down. Did go up over his head for a second. 17-10 left in the third period. 5-2 hockey game.
You know, so far this game, I think you got to give credit to the Fighting Saints. This looks like a completely different team than what we saw last night. And the Buccaneers kind of walked all over them last night, and it's been a different story this game as the Fighting Saints connecting on their passes better, getting their shots on net, and had the Buccaneers kind of stuck in their own zone.
Searles, Grosloff, and Skoloff out there for the Buccaneers. Fourth line playing out there right now for the Bucks. Played on the near side, off the half boards, back to Barron. Barron walks it in. Left-hand side, searing pass intercepted, but the Bucks able to clear it to the far side, off the half board. Now up through center ice it comes. Saints with it, 2-on-2 coming back the other way. Barron gets a stick on it.
Penalty on McKeish coming up.
Goalie's going to the bench. Wylet made it to the bench. Extra attacker Kernan on the ice for the Buccaneers.
It'll be interference. He ran shot from behind.
Buccaneers will be on the power play here shortly. Unless they score with the extra attacker out there, played on the left-hand side. Kernan brings it all the way in, all the way down in the left-hand side. Saints touch it up. Buccaneers going to be on the Little Debbie Snack Cake power play. 16-14 left in the third.
Looks like it'll be a
roughing call.
Looks like it'll be on Johnson. It was Johnson and McKeish were both in there, and Johnson got the hands up on Shaw, and Shaw got buried from behind by McKeish, and it looks like Johnson will be the one going to the box for getting the hands up a little high.
Buccaneers power play unit out there for the Bucks. Clark with the face-off. Kernan and Barron. Sillinger out there for the Buccaneers. And I'm missing one player. Back to Barron. Barron with it on the left-hand side to Sillinger. Fires a shot. Spooner with the save. Yardreski's the other player out there for the Buccaneers. 16:03 left in the third period.
I'm still on edge after
I was thinking the same thing, Eliza. That sound in our ears was unbelievable, and I am so sorry for the language. It scared the crap out of me. I looked up to the roof. I thought, I don't know what I thought. Buccaneers with it now. Down below, shot on net. Spooner with the save. Played on the far side to Clark. To Barron. Somebody in Ontario, Canada is probably laughing at us. The Flow hockey side of us probably laughing at it. They probably wanted to scare the crap out of us. Played on the near side to the far side now. The Buccaneers played off the half boards. Tied up, and the Saints able to clear it out. Up through center ice it comes. Barron plays it to Slinger. Slinger with it for the Buccaneers across the blue line. Played on the far side to Kernan. Clark with it. Fires a shot. Just went wide of Spooner. Played on the near side. Ardreski has it for the Buccaneers. Back to the point. Barron walks across the blue line to Kernan. And shot on net save. And Kernan playing that right side on the power play unit, usually where Keevan plays. So definitely missing Keevan on the power play here tonight. 15-10 left in the third period. 55 seconds left on the power play here for the Buccaneers.
You bring up Keevan. I had to check the USA-Canada East game. USA on top 3-2. And Ben Keevan, power play goal.
Yes.
For Team USA to give them the lead, 3-2.
Just talked to him. Talked about
and
that.
Van Vliet, the forward for the Saints, primary assist. So those two connecting on a goal for Team USA.
Buccaneers win the faceoff as Alstead breaks his stick, has to come all the way to the bench to pick one up. Now he's back into the play. Played on the near side off the half boards. Back to Alstead. Alstead with it up through center ice. Right up through the Buccaneer logo. Down into the Saints in the rink. Fires it off the crossbar. Off the pipe.
Good move from Alstead. Just iron item.
Yep, the iron made the save there for the Saints. Now the Buccaneers. Shaw has it for the Bucks. Brings it in. Keeps possession of it over to the far side. Top of the hash marks. On the far side, hash marks, far circle. Buccaneers come up with it. 9 seconds left on the power play for the Buccaneers. Fires a shot on net save. And the Saints able to clear it out. And they're going to kill off this penalty. 14-16 left in the third period. 5-2 hockey game. Alstead picks it up in behind his own goaltender. Drop pass back. Leaves it there for Dyer. Sent over to the far side. Up to Deladonna. Down in the Buccaneers offensive side of the ice. As soon as I say that, they turn it over, and the Saints come back the other way. And delayed offsides there on the Saints. They touch it up. 13:53 left in third period.
Now the Bucks would have really liked to score on that power play, as if they were able to score, it'd only be a 2-goal game with still 14 minutes left in this one. But Alstead hits the far post. That was a beautiful move to cut in there, and he fired it blockers or glove side on Spooner. Hit the post.
Deladonna with the faceoff win for the Buccaneers. Plays it on the near side. Back to player to Blair. Blair has it for the Bucks. Right up through center ice. Deladonna picks it right back up. Sends it down in deep. Went wide of the goaltender Spooner. Played on that left-hand corner. Saints come up with it now. Up through center ice it comes. Dyer chasing after it for the Buccaneers. It's a foot race coming back the other way. Dyer beats him to the puck. Up to Thorpe. Thorpe to Blair. Blair intended for Deladonna. Got the puck taken away from him. Saints come up with it. Played on the near side. Coombs with it for the Saints. Couldn't hang on to it. Thorpe plays it. Sends it back down. Spooner leaves it in behind his own cage. Down below the goal line. Sent over to the far side. Back up through center ice. Loose puck. Bucks play it. On the near far side. Across the blue line. Sends it all the way in deep. Buccaneers running out of time here. 13 minutes left in the period. Down by 3. Being outshot 25-18. Going to have to make something happen quick here. To Kernan. Kernan centering pass. Try to get it. Long pass up through the far side. All the way down in the Buccaneer defensive side of the ice. Singlinger with it for the Bucks. Off the far boards. Buccaneers able to clear it out. Back to players going forth. Barnhill. Back and forth it goes. Now they send it to the far side. Frank chips it down into the Buccaneers defensive side of the ice. Played by Buick. Buick sets up down below the goal line. Couldn't hang on to it. Frank gets taken down. No call there. I thought maybe there was going to be a call there. Fagan keeps the whistle tucked away. Going for a shot. Saved by Wylet. 12:02 left in the third period. Going to buy a jersey after the game, Eliza?
I don't know if I want to spend the money there.
Yeah.
They're really nice because they're game worn. I believe the players do autograph them after, but
yeah, they usually go way above what I want to pay for a jersey. I got plenty of jerseys at home.
They are very nice jerseys.
Yeah, they are very nice. And it goes for a good cause. I can't remember who the donation's going to. They split the pot. Donation. They always make a nice donation to a charity. Buccaneers bring it all the way back down in their own defensive side of the ice. Now up through the far side. Intended for Allen for the Saints. Couldn't hang on to it. Back to the far side. Saints have it down in the Buccaneers defensive side of the ice. Back to the far side, played by Harper. Harper has it for the Bucks and delayed offsides on the Buccaneers as Blair did a skate drag there, tried to stay on sides, couldn't do it. Buccaneers making a line change. Shaw comes out, Briskaloff out there, Yardreski out there for the Bucks, Dyer and Harper out there for the Buccaneers, trying to clear it out of the zone, bring it up down on their offensive side of the ice, but Saints are doing a good job cutting it down tonight for sure. Sends it all the way down, the Bucks in the ring. Wylet sends it to the far side. Back up through center ice. Briskaloff with it for the Bucks to Shaw. Buccaneers just not able to get much offense here in this third period. And going to get a whistle. Immediate timeout here for the Bucks. But Buccaneers out shooting the Saints, which not very many shots here midway through the third period. The Buccaneers with 3 and the Dubuque Fighting Saints with 2.
Yeah, and our total on the night, Fighting Saints have 26 and the Bucks have 18. And this looks like a completely different Fighting Saints team than what we saw yesterday. Dubuque seemed like a step behind. Des Moines is getting to the puck first, trapping them in their own zone for a while, and getting a lot of good scoring opportunities. And Dubuque, credit to them, not giving the Bucks really anything to work with, and have been very, very good offensively. They've been able to stifle out the chances the Bucks get, and this is the Dubuque team you would have expected to see yesterday too, as they are one of the top teams in the USHL. They're tied in that 2-3 spot with Madison in the East, and if Muskegon loses to Madison tonight and the Fighting Saints can get a win, then Dubuque will be atop the East tied with Madison. So they're a very good team is what I'm trying to get at here.
There
the
you go.
Saints.
Yep, they are a very good team. Shaw with the face-off for the Buccaneers down in the offensive zone for the Bucks to the glove side of Spooner. Puck comes free all the way down on the Buccaneer, and the foot race coming back the other way. Frank beats him to the puck, gets taken down, and Fagan is kind of, which in the Buccaneers' favor here, kind of just swallowed his whistle. Yadreski with it, brings it down into the Saints into the ring. And we got a injured Saint player coming back the other way.
That's Aaron.
Aaron with it, very injured, coming back the other way. We'll see if they attend to him on the bench here. We heard the pop down there, got hit on the near boards. Back out to Ori for the Buccaneers across the blue line. He brings it down to the Saints defensive side of the ice. Turnover. Frank has it for the Saints, brings it up the neutral zone down into the Buccaneer end of the ring. Wylet plays it there. Ooh, dangerous pass here by Wylet. He just tried to clear it out himself, and Dennis intercepted it. Almost got a shot on net. Puck comes all the way down in the Saints end of the ring.
Aaron is really hurting on the bench right now, and their dressing room is all the way across the ice. So if he is in some pain and needs to go to the dressing room, then they have to wait till play is over. And
we're going to get a whistle, see if he goes across there.
Certainly is limping. Looks like it's his leg. And I don't know if he lost his footing and went into the boards or he got hit into the boards, but he certainly did go into the boards hard in the Buck zone, and he has been hurting ever since, and looks to be his leg.
Offensive faceoff for the Buccaneers. Kernan with the faceoff. Saints win the faceoff. They draw right through the blue paint. Barron comes up for the Saints, brings it down to the Buccaneer end of the rink. Shot on net. Wylet with the save. Back on the near side, Barron with it for the Buccaneers. Sets up in behind his own goaltender. Here comes Barron, full head of steam over to the far side. Sends it down in deep to Signature. Yeah, the Buccaneers just look like they're a step behind the Saints right now. What do you say? Saints have it on the far side, trying to up through the neutral zones. Brings it all the way down. Kernan back to play it for the Buccaneers. And shot off the post.
That was for the hat trick, too. Cornforth
Yeah, they fed it to him. They were trying to get Cornforth a hat trick there. Almost had it. Goalie's best friend. The post there kept it out. I think that's one apiece. One for the Bucks, one for the Saints now. On the post being the save. Blair has it for the Buccaneers. Brings it all the way down. Intercepted. Saints come back with it all the way up through center ice. Frank has it for the Fighting Saints. Jason Avner, two players collide on the far side. I think that was Daryl Belladonna and Barron for the Saints. Buccaneers pick it up. Dyer has it up through center ice. Back and forth, intercepted by Frank. Barnhill has it for the Fighting Saints, plays it. Backhanded shot all the way down, up into protective netting, and we get a whistle. 7:50 left in the third period.
And Aaron, I think he's skating, he's testing his legs, see how it feels. He's just doing a couple circles in front of the Dubuque bench, and he gets right back on the bench. I'm not sure if he's feeling himself right now. A little bit of a grimace on his face. He talks to the athletic trainer, Madison Dinney.
Puck goes all the way down. The Saints in the ring, in behind Spooner, sent over to the far side. Played off the half boards. Here comes the Saints up through center ice with it. Intended for Frank. Buick comes in for the hit, misses. Sent over to the far side. Back down on the Buccaneers' defensive side of the ice. Saints with it. I thought maybe the Buccaneers would come out here in the third period with a little bit more physical play, but just have not seen it yet. Here comes the Bucks up through center ice with a 3-on-2, stayed on sides. Back to Blair. Blair has it now to Dyer, and shot just wide of the goaltender. Shot on net. Spooner with the save. And now we get some. Now, I just talked to it. I thought we'd get a little bit more rough out here. Now some pushing and shoving in front of the goaltender. I don't think it's going to be much. Dyer's in there, still pushing and shoving. Not really anything besides tied up.
Yeah, the referee's making sure to get in the way.
Yep.
There's Dyer in there for the Bucks.
Looked like the Mike Tyson fight. Just tied up.
Yeah,
no punches
in there.
No cruising. No punches thrown.
And that all started because Kostadinsky lost an edge at the blue line in the Bucks zone, and from there the Bucks came in with numbers and got a decent look, but it got sent right out in front of Dyer, and Dyer was not able to get a piece of it in. I think the referees are deciding if it's in the neutral zone or if it's in the Dubuque zone, and looks like it will be in the neutral zone, the face-off.
Face-off right in front of the Buccaneer zone. Ori wins the face-off for the Bucks. Sent over to the far side. Dumps it down into the Saints in the rink. Riskalov chasing after it. Fires a shot on net. Save. Spooner. Sent over to the far side. Off the far boards. At the blue line to Ori. Walks the blue line. Shot over the head of Spooner. 6:45 remaining in the third. The Buccaneers are going to have to pour it on here and get a goal here shortly if they want to get back into this thing. Late on the near side to Buick. Buick got back to Briskalov. Down into the Saints in the rink, chasing after his goals loss. 6:30 remaining in the period. Eliza, it just seems like both teams just kind of like on cruise control here in the third. What's the shots here? Still, it's updated. Is it really still 4-2 on shots? Yep. So whenever we took that media timeout, there really has not been much action since that media timeout. Come in offsides here as both teams is still setting. Buccaneers with 4 shots in this third period. Dubuque Saints with 2. Dubuque out shooting the Buccaneers 26-19 in this game. Rodreski with the face-off for the Buccaneers out there with Alstead and Lynch for the Bucks. Late on the near side. Back out to the blue line. Sent over to the far side now. Harper able to clear it out of the zone all the way up through the neutral zone. Down on the Saints in the ring. Shot on net. Spooner with the save. Puck comes free. Barron has it for the Saints. top of the circle, walks it in. Cornforth looking for a third goal of the evening, and
one of the Saints
Weilet.
players got dumped into the net, and he hit the post. He's holding his back. Of course, we saw Aaron get hurt earlier in the game. He's still on the bench, and that's defenseman Matthew Desiderio for the Fighting Saints, who took the tumble into the net, and he heads to the bench, punched over a little bit there. I wasn't able to see which one of the Bucks players helped him into the net. Let me see. That was, I think, Alstead. I think it was Alstead that dumped him into the net there.
5:36 left in the third period. Face off in the Buccaneers' defensive side of the ice.
There's
Buccaneers come up with it on the far side.
a piece of debris behind the Dubuque net on the
Yeah,
ground
there
over there.
is,
Not
huh?
sure what it is.
Wonder if it's a water bottle, maybe. Puck comes all the way down, and the Saints in the rink, and I think it might be a water bottle. It's green for sure. Back out to the blue line, up through center ice it comes. Here comes the Saints down to the Buccaneers in the rink. Frank with it, centering pass right out front. Weilet with the save, and is going to hang on to it, and we'll see what it is. It is a water bottle.
Oh, it's Spoonar's water bottle.
Yep.
It fell off.
Yep.
Yeah, so his bench was trying to notify him, but the puck already dropped, and you can't leave your crease in the middle of play. So he waited till whistle blew. He went and grabbed it.
Clark with the face-off for the Buccaneers. Saints win the face-off, though. Back to Barnhill. Fires it. Shot. Oh, score. Top shelf. Tipped in off the pipe. Hit the pipe first and gets in behind Weilet. And the Buccaneers find themselves down by 4.
A good night for Barnhill. He gets his second goal, the defenseman. He scored his first goal tonight. Picked up another one. He also had an assist. So 3-point night for Barnhill. Good for him, but the Bucks now. This is, I'd say it's out of reach at this point.
Yeah.
5 minutes left, 4-goal deficit, unless barring a colossal collapse.
Yeah,
and
I don't
the
see that
Fighting
with the
Saints
Saints tonight.
come
But
out.
let's hopefully the Buccaneers can get a goal here, end on a good note, and take a good feeling into the holiday break here for sure. And the Buccaneers will find themselves back on the road December 28th over in Omaha. And Eliza has confirmed he can't make that trip, so it might just be me going over there if I decide to go. And like going over to Ralston Arena, beautiful arena over there. Buccaneers bring it all the way down, and Saints in the ring. Blair plays it back to the blue line. Fires it, shot just goes wide of Spooner. Good crowd here tonight, even better than last night. 1322 here for a crowd here at Buccaneer Arena, especially with the weather outside. Too bad the Buccaneers couldn't be on the winning side of this and get this crowd going. And it must be pretty foggy outside, as I keep getting fog alerts on my phone here. So might be an interesting drive back to the west side of town here.
That'll make it interesting.
Yep. Face off down on the Buccaneers offensive side of the ice. Singleser with the face off.
I can't
Or
confirm right now
Searles with the face off.
that Ben Keevan got the game-winning goal in the semifinal
Oh,
between
wow.
USA and Canada East. 3-2 win. USA will play Sweden in the championship.
What time's that? Is that tomorrow?
I believe that is tomorrow.
I got to figure out where it streams at. Got a family Christmas tomorrow afternoon, and I have to watch hockey during the family Christmas. Buccaneers with it on the far side. Dennis picks it up. Back up to center ice it comes. Morello with it for the Saints. Brings it all the way in to the Buccaneers' defensive side of the ice. Bounce the puck loose. Here comes the Bucks back up out of the zone. Swirls with it for the Bucks. Drop packs back to Priskalov, and that's about the way the night has gone. Comes in off sides, and boy, the heads are hung low tonight on the Buccaneers. Totally opposite of last night. And Slow to get off the ice, slow to get on the ice. Same with the Dubuque Fighting Saints, though. They're slow to get on the ice and off the ice.
Yeah,
Both
I don't
teams
think
tired.
I don't think we've seen Aaron on the ice ever since he took that tumble into the boards, and he's been standing on the bench. He's been flexing his leg, but he got on the ice at a couple circles, tested it out, and I
Well,
don't think
up by 4, maybe not no sense of going back into the game. And Buccaneers with it up through center ice, gets intercepted back down in the Buccaneers defensive side of the ice. Did your Bruins play today?
they play at 9.
Oh, 9 o'clock. Well, you got a game to watch when you get home. Shot on net, saved by Weilet. I think my Avalanche got alert here. My Colorado Avalanche are playing tonight, too. So,
Of course, the Saints have 2 Bruins draftees on their team, Morello and Kostadinsky. A couple BU and BC commits for college as Bucks take a penalty.
yep, Buccaneers. I was just going to say that. Buccaneers take a penalty there. We were looking down.
I believe it was a trip on Cornforth right in
probably.
front of the net.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, the Buccaneers be on the Des Moines printing penalty kill. This isn't going to help the situation tonight. Well, we had one shorthanded goal, tonight.
And Cornforth and Barnhill both on the ice. Both have 2 goals. I'm sure the Fighting Saints, not much to lose right now, might try to feed the puck to either of those guys, see if we can get a hat trick going. The Bucks looking to kill this, head into the holiday break.
Saints win the face-off, back out to the blue line. Cornforth with it. He's looking for the hat trick tonight. Haven't seen any Fighting Saint fans over here, I don't believe. So if he gets a hat trick, I'm not sure there'll be any hats going on the ice. Back out to Cornforth at the blue line, sent over to the far side. Usually there's a few Saints fans that make the trip over here.
I think I see some sitting across on the right.
Oh, I think you're exact good eye there, yep. And they got some stocking caps on, so they can throw those hats out there. If he gets a hat trick, played by Dennis on the far side. 2 minutes remaining in the game for the Buccaneers. 1:18 left on the penalty kill for the Bucks. Saints pick it up down below the goal line, played off the half boards, back out to the blue line. Going to feed it to Cornforth. They're working on him. Back to the far left-hand side. Shot goal.
I think it's Barnhill. I think he got the hat trick.
And
Barnhill scores his first goal in the USHL tonight, and then he scores 3. So congrats on him scoring a defenseman hat trick. You don't see that very often.
Nope.
And the Bucks find themselves in a 7-2 deficit. The Fighting Saints players very excited.
Yep.
Keep motioning to throw the hats. No hats on the ice.
Nope,
of
no
course,
hats.
but
Not one single hat. I'm not throwing my good hat on the ice.
1:48 left, less than 2 minutes, and that's a 4-point night for him.
Wow. Saints-
Cornforth with an assist.
Saints bring it down to the Buccaneer into the ring. 1:40 remaining in the game.
So fantastic nights for Cornhill and Barnhill.
Played on the far side. Buccaneers bring it down, and the Saints in the ring. Searles plays it for the Buccaneers. Hard hit at the end boards. 1:16 remaining in the period. Well, I knew it would be tough to sweep the Saints here at home this weekend. They are a very good team, and the Buccaneers played a great game last night. But the Saints weren't going to let that happen again to them tonight. 1 minute remaining in the period.
Just a tough game overall. Dubuque Fighting Saints, after the loss last night, really turned on the Jets against the Bucks and kind of found the Bucks sitting back a little bit here.
Place is emptying out quick here. The Dubuque Fighting Saints just kind of playing defense here, back and forth in their defensive zone. Now the puck comes free up through the neutral zone. Back to play is Deladonna. Deladonna sends it to Dyer. Back to Deladonna up through center ice. Barnhill has it for the Saints. Here comes the Saints. Buck out of the zone, up through center ice, down into the Buccaneers. Defensive side, that shot just goes wide. And that's going to do it for the Buccaneers tonight as the horn goes off. Tough loss for the Bucks. Congratulations to the Dubuque Fighting Saints, 7-2 victory. Dubuque's outshoots the Bucks 30-20. Absolutely, totally opposite of what happened last night here for the Buccaneers and the Fighting Saints.
I was going to say the same thing, really completely flipped the script on what we saw last night. The Bucks get to center ice to salute the crowd, and they do have the auction that's going on after the game for those jerseys. So a good number of fans sticking around for the auction for those jerseys will be auctioned off. And the Buccaneers 7-2 loss last game before the holiday break. Next time we will see the Bucks back in action the 28th of December, 2 weeks from today. And then the next time we'll see the Bucks here at home, the 3rd of January at the turn of the new year. They have a 3-game homestand, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So we will see you guys here at home for that. But for now,
all righty,
a little bit of a break.
Yeah, well, we're going to wait here we'll let Elijah here do the 3 stars here. If there's any Buccaneer players with the 3 stars tonight, we'll see what they say here.
Looks like they're looking down over.
They're trying to figure it out. Deladonna with a star tonight.
Yep. First, Deladonna had the opening goal, the shorthanded goal, and at the end of the game there, him and Kane Johnson, they were going at it a little bit. Deladonna, I think he was asking Kane if he wanted to go. I think he was asking if he wanted to fight. Deladonna was willing to, but Kane was not, and it kept John until the horn sound. And he's the first star of the game. Good job, Deladonna. Shorthanded goal.
Well, that's going to be it.
I think so.
There's only 1 star for the Bucks tonight, so that's par for the course, I guess. So, all right, Elijah, Merry Christmas. Everybody else out there, have a nice Christmas, and we'll be back here whatever date you said we're going to be back in January, not till 2025. Is that right?
Yep.
All right.
Next time we'll be home.
Okay, thank you very much for listening. Tony Scott, Eliza out of here.